There we
Hi,
are.
boys and girls. It's playtime in the playroom. Welcome to Wood Spun Around. It's good to see you all today. A great afternoon. It's getting a little windy, starting to get darker here in Kentucky. They're calling for storms. And so I don't know. Hopefully, everything will be good. My electricity will stay on. Just talked to my parents yesterday, and their electricity went off Sunday night and didn't come on till late Monday afternoon. So almost 24 hours, not quite, but almost. We didn't have a flicker because we didn't get the storm they got. So anyway, storms are round and about, and that's just the way Mother Nature works sometimes. I've got a piece of pear. Oh, I about forgot. Golly, Wayne, tell me when I'm messing up. No, got Wayne with me today. He's going to help out by reading the
Good
chat and
evening,
relaying
everybody.
all the information. Probably answering a bunch of your questions, and maybe it's a question for me, and he'll relay that to me as well. May have one or two others come into our group here, but for right now, it's me and Wayne, and we'll take care of it. For right now, I'm going to put Wayne back in the background,
Good
uh,
idea.
and I'll tell you all. I've got a piece of pear here. This is a fairly small piece. It is what I say, 6 inches, 6.5 inches, about 6 inches across there. This is from a pear that came down in a friend's yard about a year or so ago, year and a half ago, and he called me. I called them, said I'll be glad to come help you. They said come on, gave me the day and the time when they're going to do it, and I thought I was just going to get a piece or two of the trunk, and they said take all of it you want, the rest of it what you don't take, the rest of it's going to get burned. So I took everything I possibly could, and I've still got piles of it. So Bradford pear, this is a weed tree in our part of the world. People brought it in as windbreaks, but it has become a weed. It is invasive to our area, so people are promoting cut them down, cut them down, cut them down. Bad for breaking anyway. So I'm going to get started on just cleaning this up, getting it rounded out, ready to go. And Wayne, you can start calling out some names. I'm going to start turning this at 9:50. We've already checked it off. There we go.
And go then. So first in, we've got Andy, door 60. We've got Wee Val's in. Larry, that's Henry Screwsaw. He's in. Mark McClooney is in, but I think he's already left. Gerard's in. Brian's in. Good evening, Brian. I love that art piece that you're doing at the moment. And Ward Wilson's in. Fred Gilliver. Brian with a Y. Jennifer's Crafting Creations. Hi, Jennifer. Everybody saying hello to each other. And Bob's in. Sorry, Robert. Robert and Harry are in. Jason Leveron's in. Steve Hale. Rob from Copper Owl. Paul Huyton. Lucy's in. Hiya, Lucy. Anthony Green. Old Man River. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Not a problem, Brian. And Mark, Gentleman Woodturner's in.
Hey, Mark.
And thanking you for standing in again. And
Absolutely.
Scott from Hampton Woodturners is in.
Hey,
And
Scott.
he says, oh no, not this guy again.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. We're going to try to keep this one in one piece, though.
Benjamin's in. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
And I think that's about it for now. Oh, Wivy Woodshed's just come in.
All right, Woo.
And Jacques has just come in from Victoria, Texas.
Well, howdy.
That's me at the bottom of the list. If I have missed anybody, I apologise. Say something in the chat again and I'll catch you there. Do you want to try the overhead camera, Doug?
We can do that. We talked about that, didn't we? Kind of see the shape I'm working on tonight. See where I'm at. Oh, yeah.
Old Man River's asking what you're turning today, Doug.
We're going to turn a little bit of a natural edge bowl. At least we're going to start with natural edge. We may end up with a live edge. This bark is fairly tight on this wood. The weather was still cold when this tree came down. And so this bark may actually stay on. If it does, that's great. If it doesn't, not a problem. Got a little further to go. I was going to say too, Mark, if you want to come in, you're welcome to still come in.
And Lucy is suggesting that everybody hits the thumbs up button.
Thank you, Lucy. This, I think it was Brian was talking about it the other night, that when you're first getting going, you have to move that tool rest pretty often. Huh? I find that to be very, very true.
And Rob from Klingspor's in. Good evening, Rob.
Hey, Rob. Okay, we got nice thin edge there. And almost have the same edge there. It's not quite, still just a touch square. So I'm feeling for it.
Right, Mark's a bit busy to come in this evening,
That's fine.
Doug.
That's fine. Fully understand, Mark.
He said he's up to his neck and finishes and marking out stair spindles for tomorrow.
Oh my.
Did Andrew come in? I missed it.
Just working my way in, giving this quite a neck here.
And Andrew from AGK is coming.
Hey, how you doing, Precious? Hope you're feeling a little better than you were earlier.
Scott's saying that the stickers arrived in the mail today. Thank you.
Oh, good, good, good. He's going to our other, well, we have several large symposium type things over here. Excuse me. And he is going to one of them that down in Texas that I can't go to. For you guys in the, yes, SWAT.
Yeah.
Which is put on by a multitude of clubs, and so no one club has a burden. And it works out very, very nice.
It seems to be very, very popular.
Yes. Well, two reasons, or it's a multitude of reasons, but two big reasons that I saw right away. One, it is done by a multitude of clubs. And so there are an awful lot of people who want to come and be a part of it. Secondly, from my point of view, the cost of it is tremendously less expensive than the AAW.
That's always a bonus.
Absolutely. It is for me anyway. I don't have a lot of money. Um, and so it when I find a bargain, I like to take advantage of it when I can. I just can't not this year. I cannot do the travel down there and
Yeah, it's
all of
still a
that.
it's still a fair distance for you to travel, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a good. It would be a hard 2 day drive.
Yeah.
Be one of those deals where I got in the car and grabbed food when I got gas, that kind of thing, till I got there. You can almost see that shape, can't you?
Yep.
Little
Well,
lump in it right there.
Graham Haynes just come in. Evening, Graham.
Graham, it's good to have all of you with us tonight.
At the moment, we've got, according to me, we've got 36 people in,
All right.
and we're only showing 10 thumbs up.
Oh my.
So come on, guys, show some support.
All right, we are right here at the point of running just a little sandpaper. I think I'll do it all by hand since it's as small as it is. But I am going to turn on my vacuum. We'll start with 100 grit.
Scott's saying he'll be heading to SWAT from Central California, and if he drives, it'll take 23 hours.
Yes. That's a long drive, Scott. Did see today where Stuart Farini saw the application for the AEW next
Yeah,
year, and he's
yeah, saw
considering
that.
he needs to go ahead and apply to demonstrate.
Lucy's saying, is asking Scott where SWAT is. It's in Waco, in Texas, Lucy.
I am very carefully keeping my fingers away from these wings.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they will bite. Don't ask me how I know that. Letting the very bottom edge of the sandpaper do the work. That was 100. Let's do some 150. You may have noticed the curls coming off of this pair were pretty nice curls. They look wet, but it's I don't have a moisture meter, so I can't tell you exactly what the moisture content is, but it is not wet.
Oh, Graham Hayne is saying he likes the shape. It's a bit different. And Scott is sending his AAW application in this week.
For next year already. Good. Good.
For next year. Yeah.
Yeah, they came out. It was in the magazine.
Douglas has just come in.
Hey, Malcolm. Yeah, AAW magazine came out, and it was in there, and actually has Stewart's picture in it. It's him working, so you don't see his face really, but it's him.
Did Stewart do a virtual demo this year for the AAW?
I don't know. He may have. He did for somebody. I don't know that it was AEW though. Could have been, but I just don't. I don't know. I'm not a card carrying member, so I don't keep up with it very closely. There you go. Now you can see the shape a little better.
That's it.
More of a bird's mouth kind of a thing is what I was after.
Yeah.
In fact, before we move all that, let's go ahead and do all the other little alcohol to clean out the pores.
Oh, it looks like Mark's putting an application in for AAW demo.
Very good.
Old Man River.
Yeah.
Old Man River has said Waco is 1,575 miles from him and 23 hours 34 minutes driving time.
Wow. I haven't figured
believe
it out
he's in
yet.
I believe he's in New York somewhere. Old Man River.
Could be, which puts him a good bit further than I am. I think if I were to go, I'd have to fly.
Yeah.
In fact, I know what I'd. Yeah, I bet you would. I think what I would do would fly to New Orleans, rent a car, pick up Captain Eddie, and take him.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Neil
that's what I
M
would
has
do.
just come in.
Hey, Neil.
And Douglas Mungham's just come in as well. Evening, Douglas.
Hey, Douglas.
Mark's in. That's Mark Stroughton.
Where am I? There I
in
am.
The workshop at the moment. Upside down. That's it.
There we go. Little axe abrasive. I still laugh about that. When I'm working by myself, you know what I do? I pull this stuff out and I show it to the camera. Because Wayne the woodturner taught me if you don't show it to the camera, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
No, not quite as well. And we'll turn it down a little bit.
Old Man River is near Watkins Glen International Racetrack.
Okay. Let's see, that's Dale, right? Dale, are you a race fan?
I'm not a race fan, no.
I'm not either. Used to be. When I realized I was watching the races for the directs, I quit watching.
Doesn't everybody?
That's what most people watch it for. If they'll admit it, most people won't admit it. Well, some people won't admit it. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, Scott's saying Waco is 1,585 miles from him, so he'll probably be flying.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Captain Eddie had to quit driving with some of his medical stuff. He's doing better these days, but he can't drive. And so last year he was joking, saying, "I'll get for a ride to Waco. Somebody will come by and pick me up on their way, give me a ride to Waco and back. I'll give you
Well, they
four two
probably
by
will.
fours." He was offering 4 2x4s.
Well, excellent. Great
Yeah,
price.
they were so
Gary Glass has
expensive.
just come in.
Hey Gary, this year he didn't say anything about 2x4s, so that deal's off the table. But if I was going, I would fly to New Orleans, get a car, pick him up, or no, I'd probably get a truck. 'Cause Eddie, knowing Eddie, he'd buy a whole bunch of stuff. I can't believe I got through that grit that quickly, but it went. It did. It did go. Get the glare, turn it the other way. No, 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 no. There it is.
There it is.
Axe polish and paste. Um, the Ackleys are back open again. They are back in full production again. Um, they do really well getting stuff out to people when it's ordered. So if you want some Axe paste, the abrasive and polishing paste, they come as a kit. They're there ready to take your order. They got some things accomplished in their shop and also had a couple days of rest, in which they needed. So that's all good. And you can get a 15% discount if you'll use Doug15 as the discount code.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Robert Hodgepodge just said 2013 he was at SWAT for his first time as a beginner, and he set his notebook down on a chair, probably because he'd gone to watch a demo or a smoke or something, and he came back and Captain Eddie had taken his chair.
Shuffle your feet, you lose your seat.
And Paul Kavanagh has just come in. Evening, Paul.
Hodge, I'm not sure, but I think he remembers that. Seems like one time he mentioned that you had just left one of our Wednesday night meetings, and he mentioned that. We all had a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, Scott said, because I think it was Jason asking about Eddie, Captain Eddie, doing more videos. But Scott said, unfortunately, his turning days are over due to medical reasons.
Yeah. Eddie is a fine guy, and he's basically fine, but he's got some issues going on that will prevent him from getting back in the shop. I'm afraid he may do some little stuff, but he's not going to do production stuff. So we just have to live with that and go on with it. All right. Here I go through my rigmarole to knock this drive center out. One of these days, I'll rearrange my shop. There's that one of these days, Wayne.
It's when you get one of them round two, that's where it is.
That's it. That's one reason I
Right,
refuse to buy a laser.
Lucy is asking what SWAT is. It stands for Southwest Association of Turners.
Southwest Area Turners, I think it is.
Southwest Area Turners.
Yeah.
It's a big wood turning thing.
Yeah, big symposium.
That was the word I was looking for.
We have our big national, the American Association of Wood Turners, the AAW, and it meets in June every year. Then there's SWAT that meets every year in August. And they do a fantastic job. As big, if not bigger, than the AAW meeting. And a whole lot less expensive. Blows my mind how much cheaper they are. All right. Again, you see, let me switch, get you zoomed up so you can actually see what's going on. So we have the bowl with a waist and then we have this natural top. And I'm going to come in pretty steep, leave this like a mouth. It'll technically be called a bird's mouth bowl when I get done. So that's what we're after.
Okay, you want to change cameras, Doug?
Yes, sir. I was just
Right.
about to do that.
Gary Glass is in Penrith, which is in Cumbria, which is the northwest of England. At the moment, he's heading back up north to God's country, which is Scotland, tomorrow. And at the moment, his hotel is right next to the church, and they are practicing the bell ringing right outside his window.
Oh, me.
Right. I think Ben asked Hodge what it was like, what SWAT was like for getting beavers in there. And Hodge has replied, he snuck them in for the last 2 years. He says, no one seems to mind as long as I let people take selfies with them.
I bet. Just see what we got here. Oh my.
Lucy has said, Wayne, God's country is Yorkshire. First off, Yorkshire is a county in England. Scotland is a country.
And just gonna clean up this wing a little bit.
I did, Brian. I did. Nice one, Lucy. Lucy's just saying that her granddad was born and raised in Rutherglen, which is a part of Scotland.
Okay, nice and smooth there. So we can work on, well, fact is, we'll take this tailstock off of the lathe just to give me those extra few inches.
Hang on, I've missed somebody. Oh, Mick Hughes is coming in. Has just come in. No wonder I missed
Hey,
him.
Mick.
Benjamin said, if Yorkshire was God's country, he'd have come up with a better accent.
I can get that little, just a touch more light in here. There we go. There. Yeah, that helps. right, let's see what we got for wall thickness here. I'm great down to the bottom of my lip. The rest of it, I still got tons of room. So we'll just keep going.
Excellent.
I'm surprised nobody's asked. No Band-Aid. Pretty
Healing up
well healed
nicely.
up. Yeah, we're healed about 90%, 95%. Wrong tool. Yeah, right there was where that nasty cut was, but it I mean it really wasn't that bad. It's just a matter of getting it taken care of so that it could heal.
So Ben's got a question for you, Doug. He's
All
saying,
right.
"What's that bazooka for?"
The bazooka.
Yeah, it's your dust extraction.
Oh, this. Yeah, that's the tube of my dust extractor. AGK. There it is, buddy. Where's Huey
There
when you
you
need
go.
him?
Yeah, exactly. And Chris from Bailey Woodworks has just come in.
Hey, Bailey.
And Mike from Dances with the Aardvarks has just come in as well.
All right. How'd it do, everybody? I still got loads in the bottom. Let's just work on that a minute. Yeah. I'm deep enough in the center, but I need to bring that out just a little more. It's got a ridge in the bottom there. Good time to go right through the side, though, wasn't
No.
it? All right. Clean up. All right. I think we're okay with that tool. May be ready for the big. Man, we're in great shape. That thing is. You know how you normally get ridges with that CI1 or that number one hollower.
Yeah.
I didn't get them this time.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. I am going to turn my speed down. We are going to do a little sanding inside of there.
If anybody does get ridges using the number one hollower or a small hollowing tool, the best way to get rid of the ridges is to go back over with a tool that has a larger diameter.
Yes. I was going to use my CI0, which is the original finisher,
Yeah.
the big one, um, but don't need it. Don't need it.
And Brian's saying, don't be talking about side exits. He's doing some hollowing tomorrow.
I don't know anybody that's ever gone through the side much. Again, out here on the wing, I'm just simply supporting the paper is all, letting the paper do the job on the trailing edge. I do want to sand it fairly well on the inside. 336. Okay, yeah, we're doing great.
Oh, yeah, you're doing fine loads of time.
Yeah, you can just see them. I've got some bug trails right through there. I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
leave those. I'm going to leave them. Uh, just let them do their thing. Hopefully they don't all fall out. All
It's
right.
okay, Doug. I'm just going to put my link in for tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, just saw it again recently. In fact, yes, excuse me, yesterday. Um, there was a discussion on sanding. Might have even been Brian um, about blowing out all your sawdust after each grit. If you don't, there's a possibility that you'll leave some grit in the wood, and you can actually make yourself go backwards. And nobody wants to do that. So that's why I'm blowing mine off a little more frequently than I have in the past. I used to do that all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Um, Russ Fairfield used to talk about that quite extensively before he died. That you got to get rid of the grit before you move forward. Not only the lines, but any of the grit that might have come off your paper. Um,
Now, I've stuck the link in for tomorrow's live, and I'm going to be using the Easy Wood Tools beading cutters tomorrow night.
A little bit of tear out right there. So we'll reverse it.
And Robert Klingspaw is having to head off. See you later, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
And Mick is at a live demo tomorrow night, so he'll watch mine on Thursday. Cheers, Mick.
It's better, but that's not what I want. It needs to be smooth.
Ben's saying, Doug, that makes perfect sense, but modern abrasives claim not to shed their grit. Yeah, you still get grit build-up, and especially if you've got an open-grained wood, you can still get grit building up in the grains, in the grain of the wood, I should say.
Yeah. Still there, but it's a lot better than it was. Much better, much better. Okay. back to our regularly scheduled program here. Meant to reverse that. .240 grit. And 320 grit. Yeah, a little bit of that trail came out of there. We still got just a touch of tear out, but I think it'll be okay. Want to add a little color to it tonight. I'm not using hot pink and lime green and orange. Oh, gotta turn it on.
And Roy's the boys just come in.
Roy, it's good to see you today. Tonight for you. Little sky blue intrinsic colors with an airbrush. Turn it down a little more. 270. Now remember, I do already have the outside waxed, so it should clean up if I get any. And I didn't, thank goodness. I'm spraying to the far side over there. I'm not spraying the close side. Heard somebody say that one time. Spray the far side.
Yeah, that was me.
Might have been. Might have been like every time you use a color. It's good advice, and some people like me, it takes a little while to sink in. You see it getting light in some spots. That's just where it's soaking into the wood. That's probably enough right there. I may come back and add some more here in just half a minute, but for now, we're going to let that be. Make sure it's empty. Add just a drop or two of water.
How thin did you do the walls on this, Doug?
You can sort of see they're not real thin, but they're not super thick either. They're 1/8 of an inch, 3/16, something in that neighborhood. All right, that airbrush is going to need some work.
Jason is just thanking you and Lucy for subscribing to his channel.
Absolutely.
No, the only reason I was asking is sometimes if you get the walls really thin and you spray the inside, the color can actually soak through.
Absolutely. This is, yeah, it's about 3/16. I'm glad you mentioned that. Sam Angelo.
Yeah.
He does that technique intentionally. Right.
Yes, when he's doing hollow forms.
He will do a hollow form and turn it really thin. Then he pours dye in on the inside, shakes it about, lets it soak through the wood, pours out his excess, does another color. And it comes out amazingly beautiful. It takes a lot of stain.
Now, Brian with a Y has said, Doug, there are two things making me sweat when you're hand sanding. Firstly, your tea drink is pinky. And secondly, looking up at your monitor before you take your hand out of the piece.
It's not, but what, 2.25 inches deep. So I'm not in there that deep, and I'm pretty careful of. I'm aware of those wings. Trust me, I've been bit more than once. What do we got here? It's not bad, not bad. Give it just another minute. Give it another couple hundred of RPMs. And that color looks pretty fair. So I'm going to stop at that. Stop at that. What was I going to? Oh, I know what I was going to do. Dun, dun, dun. Little conversation starter. Let that keep going so it'll help it dry off, and then I'll put a little bit more on there. This wood, as I said a while ago, this wood is not that old, but it acts like it's super, super dry. Getting good shavings off of it, which pear does anyway. And I'm not feeling any moisture. It's, golly, year. It's just a little over a year old, I guess, since it came down. But it's dry. Soaking in finish like crazy. Slow it down again. Let that dry. I had another idea. Found some paint that's been sitting around for a while. Something my wife bought and was going to use, and didn't decided she didn't like it after all. So maybe next time I'll use it. But that's for an exterior kind of a thing. Got several ideas. Wayne and I were talking a little bit ago. I've got several ideas in mind for upcoming lives, demonstrations. Got a demonstration coming up a week from tomorrow for our Wednesday night group, the Worldwide Woodturners. I'll be using my big bowl lathe. I can turn up to 24 inches on it. It's not as nice as a VB36, but it's that kind of a lathe. It's a standalone bowl only lathe. So that'll be
the pedestal lathe.
Yeah. That's a good way of saying it. I look forward to it. I don't get to use that lathe nearly enough, so I'm kind of excited about it.
Good. Lucy, the wood is Bradford pear.
Bradford pear, and we've got the outside. Outside is natural. The inside is stained blue, and we're just going to use a lacquer finish on it.
Barry from Real Simple Things has just come in. Good evening, Buzz.
Hey, Buzz. No Bernie, sorry. However, Bernie would not have been bad on this Bradford pear. It would have been nice. I feel kind of like you, Wayne. I'm. What do we do for the next 20 minutes? But this piece is just gone without any issues whatsoever. I'm real pleased. Real pleased.
And Benjamin has said, speaking of pear, and then he's just going to get a pear cider. And Baz is disappointed that you're not going to be burning anything.
No, not tonight. Now, it's not far. If I can move this one box without everything in the world falling. Ah! Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. It's close by. It's always close by. It lives right here at the end of my lathe. It's kind of fun when I turn some oak and burn it, and all that grain really comes up, and then put some embellishing wax on it. And people say, "How in the world do you do that?" Well, a little fire, a lot of fingers crossed.
Right, Jason is saying he's been trying to find the recent subscriber list on his channel to thank everyone by name, but it's not showing up. So thanks to all that have. If you go into YouTube Studio, it usually gives you a recent subscriber list.
Jason and I have found sometimes Wayne's exactly right. YouTube Studio is where you find it, but you have to hunt for it. It's not out in the open. I used to do that a lot, and I kind of quit.
When I open YouTube Studios, it's usually there, just sitting there. Recent subscribers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It hasn't been for me.
All right, okay.
I don't know why that is. Oh, it's so different for different people. Who well, there we go. Um, I was talking with somebody one day about something in YouTube Studio, and they said it's right there, and they gave me exact location of it, and it was not there on mine.
All
So
right.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange. Kind of strange. Anyway, this will take quite a number of coats of lacquer, but it's doing great. I'm really tickled with it the way it's coming up. But I'll probably end up. This will sound like a Martin Saban Smith thing. I'll probably put about 20 coats of lacquer on there. There's the shape, bird's mouth. Kind of see it's like a little bird with his mouth sticking straight up, waiting for mommy to come feed me, feed me. And inside, sky blue, and the grain still shows. I can almost get some light down in there, but you can see it, right in this area. You see it over here. This area is still dry looking, where this is
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
That's because the wood is just absorbing it at different rates. Um, so, and I've got a lot in there right now. It's starting to run inside, so I'll let it dry a bit and sand it up. Yeah, you can just see it starting to run. But there you have it,
Yeah, a little
folks.
bit. Yeah.
Outside came up nice. It's nice and smooth. Has kind of a satin finish to that, a typical satin finish wax finish to it. The inside will be blue and shiny, and hopefully it'll be real pretty when it's all said and done.
It's pretty now.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. Any questions we didn't get to?
I missed that.
Any questions that we didn't get to?
No,
No?
no. I think I've.
What Hodge say?
Yeah.
What everyone's saying can change whether or not. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, Jack's asking, do you use any wax, etc., on top of the lacquer?
If it's a normal bowl or a plate, a platter, something more open, doesn't have this jagged edge, I usually will. In fact, what I'll usually do is after I get all of the abrasive, or excuse me, all the finish on, I'll go ahead and use the abrasive paste and then the wax, and that really brings the shine up. So, yeah, I sure do. I probably will not on this one. May use some wax on top of it, but I won't use the abrasive paste in there, mostly because of this mouth. I'm just healing up from the last time. Thank you, Lucy. Ben, thank you. A fairy cake. I'm not familiar with a fairy cake. Gerard, thank you very much. Brian, golly. Jack, or is it Jack or Jock? Could be either one, couldn't it? Jason, thanks everybody.
It
I
could be
really
either
appreciate
one.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure could. Depends on how French his parents were, right?
that's true.
And here in the
It's
States,
Jack. He's just put in it's Jack.
okay, here in the States, you can have spellings from other countries, but yet it's an Americanized pronunciation. Um,
Yeah.
y'all say Versailles, France. We have Versailles, Kentucky. There's a lot of Versailles all over the country, but they all say it Versailles. Nowhere is it Versailles except in Paris or in France. Excuse me. There are other places just like that. Oh, there is there's Bremen, Germany.
Yeah, Bremen.
I, I've
Yeah.
I visited there for a week and I had a great time. We have one of those here. It's called Bremen.
Well, I call the German one Bremen.
They told us Bremen or
Okay.
Bremen. I'm doing one of them wrong. Maybe it is Bremen in Germany and it's Bremen or something of that nature. I don't know. Berlin, Germany. We've got a Berlin, Kentucky. Berlin. Go figure. Yeah, whatever. We just live with it. So anyway, well, guys, if there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and punch this one out and call it done. As far as the live goes, I do have to remove the tenon still. Still got the tenon on there, but that won't be a big deal at all. I've still got the center mark from where my live center was originally, so I can put that. I'll put my little thing that I've corrected. I've smoothed this over. It doesn't have a donut in the top any longer, but I'll put that in there. I'll put this over the top, bring the tailstock up, and work that down. May even make a little foot out of it. So I
Yep.
can just leave that there. No, let's put that there for right now. You
A
guys
nice
can
comment
see it.
from Brian at Hardwood there as well.
Hey, Brian, thank you, sir. Thank you. So we're going to turn this one off. We're going to end this one. There we go. And call it a night. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. If you haven't
Night, night,
subscribed
everybody.
already, I'd appreciate you subscribing on your way out. So thank you all. We'll see you again the next time that we come and spin some wood in the workshop of Wood Spun Around. Bye-bye.
Night, night.